Hey, future Picassos! I'm Summer. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to share with you the process of drawing this Western character. The video goes through the entire process from the character's initial design sketch to the color detailing. This character is a character designed for the game, so in the process of designing details and matching colors. Also consider the possible display situations in the game. At the same time, we need to consider the problems that may rise in the production of character animation, because in the actual animation production process, unreasonable design will produce models interspersed, resulting in a lot of errors. I also drew two different designs at the beginning of the design phase. Mainly, there are different ideas on the segmentation and pacing of the characters' costumes. The video was played through 10x fast forward. If you want to see the entire drawing process in real time, leave a comment in the comments section. I'll do a couple more videos on real speed. Please forgive me for using AI to dub the video, because my English is not very good. The text of the video is translated by translation software. There may be some mistakes. I just want more people to see the video to understand my design ideas. I hope this video is helpful for those of you who want to learn digital painting techniques. Then let's start enjoying the beautiful painting process. I usually start by drawing the human pose and dressing the character on the base stance. In this step, I'm thinking about the density of the whole look, the rhythmic change of the outer contour of the silhouette, the faces and features of the characters. I usually don't draw too much detail at this stage. I'll save the features and hair details for the fine lines. At this stage, the costumes and weapons of the characters have been preliminarily shaped, but the shape looks thin, so I would consider adding a cape or longer hair to make the overall figure more stable. This drawing is more of an asymmetric design with slashes on the characters. In the drawing process to the main modeling balance, do not draw large shapes, high density, and more detailed content in one direction. Usually, I don't use the first design because it starts with some preliminary ideas. It's more of an experiment. In the process of beginning to draw, there will be more ideas. You can also learn more about the shapes you're painting, so I'm going to draw a few more scenarios. With the new design, I focused on adding layers and variations to the shoulder armor. Let the silhouette contours have more fluctuations and rhythm changes. In this step, we will also rationalize the structural design of some details on clothing and equipment, because in the past work, the design of Western theme fighters has been done a lot. So this drawing doesn't start with a completely different style of design sketch. This drawing is a simple adjustment of the structure and details based on the initial sketch. In the design of clothes, also added buttons, decorative elements, such as small belts and other designs. A linear element was added to the front. So in the waist design, I also added similar elements to echo the above design. The following is the process of combing the structure of each part and increasing the structure. The left side of the waist was only a nail plate, and I added a small leather bag to add layers to this section. At the same time, consider that a large part of Western armor is made of metal from the waist down. Also, considering that Western armor is mostly made of metal below the waist, the material will also be slightly monotonous. And increasing the material of the leather can also make this part of the design richer. The rest of the design remains the original. The forearm was partly altered by the shape of the shoulder armor. I can't use the previous design on the forearm plate. The shape needed to match the shoulder armor, so I also added a curvy shape. The cutting of clothing in the facet plane refers to the rules of the golden section. Next, I'll draw the lines again, in detail. This step requires the structure to be clearly drawn and the body to be accurately illustrated. My canvas is standard A for paper size with 300 resolution. The brush I used was a hard-tipped round pen that came with Photoshop. When drawing lines, I usually use a brush size of 5 pixels for large structure lines. Select a brush size of 3 or 4 pixels for small structures such as textures and pleats inside the structure. In this step, the structure needs to be adjusted, and there will be many problems after the previous line draft is enlarged. It's just the way we design. Don't be constrained by it. Drawing lines is unstressful, but also boring. Friends who have drawn very skilled can directly jump to the content behind. out the rest of the boring parts of the video. And if you look at the finished line, because weapons and items in game design require separate 3D models, I've got a separate line drawing of the weapon. The next step is to prepare the characters for color matching. In the online draft, fill the whole shape with a gray. The selection and layered mask can be used to quickly fill the color into the screen. You can make a color card first, so you can avoid too many colors to make the picture too fancy. Note that the color card is to choose the inherent color of each material, not too much color. Try to make each material in the picture one color. When making a color card, the brightness, saturation, and color cold and warm need to be different. The filling part is a little quick broadcast. You can see the full color effect. Now it's time for light and texture refinement. The method I use now is to draw each material individually, which is very different from traditional sketching. But drawing them in such a flow-through way ensures that the style of each picture is similar. It's also a way for us to unify the styles of different artists when working on game projects. The whole thing is on top of the natural color layer. Use a slightly darker color to paint areas that don't get light, including dark areas and projections. Then draw the block shadow with a darker color to give more level variations in the dark surface. Be careful to increase the reflection of cold and warm contrast in the dark areas and the light source color. If the main light source is warm, choose cool colors for reflection. If the main light source is a cool color, choose warm colors for reflection. I usually choose warm yellow as the main light source, so I choose blue or blue-purple for reflection. Finally, increase the highlight. This part should pay attention to distinguish the highlight intensity of different materials. The following content is very simple. You can calm down and feel it. the pleats, pay attention to the relationship between the pleats and the internal limbs. Folds also have to vary in size and direction. metal has a strong contrast between light and dark, and to make the metal feel stronger, you can suppress the boundaries between light and dark, and brighten the highlights and reflections, so that the painted metal will be brighter.
Today's sharing is here. I hope you can feel the fun of painting in the process of painting. Next time, we will bring more exciting content. Stay tuned.